What's up? Good morning, good people. So, sun's come up. Getting a little late start out here. It's like 6:30 already. But it's the weekend, it's my day off, and I had to ask for help after the surgery in the back and stuff. So I got one of my Marine buddies, teenager son, Bam. He's gonna come over and help me get some stuff done today. First, we got to go get some hay. I'm taking you guys let these chickens out. Most of you know, been around, you know about my chickens. People have made fun of me for them. They've used them for their YouTubes, but they're my chickens in the chicken coop. What is up? Good morning. Oh, you guys need chicken feed. I'll have to get that today. And there's a rat living out here. It's hilarious. But anyway, got to get some work done. But before we do, I wanted to do a morning devotional. I know I'm not doing very good today. Not at all. But let's see what the good Lord has to say and what the devotional book has to tell us. All right. Got me a spot set up out here. Weather's good. Feels good. How you guys doing for the weekend? I got all this work to get done. I actually got the phone set up on my little trailer here. Got to put hay in for the cow because winter's coming. But what is today? Can't read nothing, man. This getting old stuff, I tell you what. Me having to hire a kid to help me. I was always that kid. I was that kid trying to make money. But now I've learned and figured out it's a lot easier to go ahead and have a young buck and young body to come help you sling around that hay bales and clean out that chicken coop, along with that other list I got as a mile long, especially being out after surgery. Let's see if we can get this started. Oh, Lord, open the ears and the minds. Speak to us today. Speak to me today, Lord. Gosh, if I needed him, I need him right now, because I am not feeling it today. I was frustrated yesterday big time, and let's see what he has to say. September 16th. You have a purpose. I hope I have a purpose. Beloved, I don't want you to get caught up in searching for what I've called you to do, that you miss the bigger picture. The simple yet profound truth about your life can be summed up in this. The purpose of your life is to be with me, to know me, and to love me, and receive my love in ways you still don't know are possible. Yes, I do have a blueprint for your life. There are plans to be fulfilled and dreams to be realized, but those aren't as important as our relationship. I want our union to be sweet and full. I want you to be consumed with me, that everything else is secondary. Spouses aren't required to feel loved, and careers and ministry aren't needed for you to find fulfillment. Every blessing is icing on the cake extra. I want you to find total and complete contentment in our love. Then everything else I have for you will flow freely and easily, and it won't become an idol or a source of stress. Let's enjoy our union. Nothing matters more than this. And the verse, you reach into my heart. With one flash of your eyes, I am undone by your love. My beloved, my equal, my bride, you leave me breathless. I am overcome by merely a glance from your worshiping eyes, for you have stolen my heart. I am held hostage by your love and by the grace of righteousness shining upon you. Song of Songs 4:9. Beloved, I don't want you to get caught up searching for what I've called you to do, that you miss the bigger picture. Well, I don't know about you guys, but the moment I heard that is I've been searching and searching and searching and searching for years to have a purpose. There's a story about way back when I told you about, I'll tell you one day about 41:10, Isaiah 41:10, but there's a story about before I married my wife. There were some situations we went through, and we weren't together. And I believed that we'd be together again. So I built a garden in these woods out behind this lady's house. She was like a grandma to me. And I was staying with her and her son. He was my best man. And the other son was my best friend. I built this garden in the woods. And I'd go out there, and it was part about when I had, turned my eyes back to God back then, because I'd been a wayward son for years. And I remember praying out there, telling the Lord, I will speak to 5,000 people. I'll do whatever it takes. Just help me get my girlfriend / future wife back, right? I really believed in that, and I believed it would happen. And I told him I would do whatever it takes. And I've always felt like there was something meant for me. There was a purpose. And there was something I'm supposed to do. You know, it's crazy to say, like, if you ever seen the movie Left Behind, I felt like, well, maybe I get left behind and I lead people. Because I like survivor shows. Maybe it's a military thing, a Marine thing. I like survivor shows, Walking Dead, surviving out there on the earth, people surviving together. And that feeling of like leading through that, but just something I must do in return. Because you look at legacies and, what are we leaving behind? What are we doing? And I've always felt this inner calling of something, like there's something more, something more, something more. And it was one of the biggest reasons I started pushing so hard within the AMC community and pushing back, because I saw something that I felt like I needed to be a part of, because I've always had this desire to help people. Again, it goes back to my childhood. No one was there for me. No one was there to help me. And I wish they would have been. And so I feel like if I can do anything, I can be there somehow. I can do something to help people, right? And what I basically just got out of that is him telling me I can continue to search. Yes, I have a purpose, but him and I's connection needs to be way more than it is now. That means that's where the focus needs to be. I can continue to chase purposes. I can continue to chase reasonings, create things that I need to do, spend 2.5, 3 years of my life thinking I'm a part of something in a community, fighting back against, these hedge funds and these banks, and trying to, organize and go to Washington and do all these great things, but none of it is really with him. And that's why it got worse and worse and worse over time. I got worse and worse, more angry, more frustrated, talked more crap, I carry the weight of that. And then I see other influencers and YouTubers building their platforms, doing the same thing, talking crap about me or talking crap about others. Like, it's just such an evil way. And I allowed myself to go down that path. I know I have a purpose. I just want to know what that purpose is. I mean, how do you feel? Do you ever just want to know what your purpose in life is? What you're supposed to do? And I feel like I owe him. I owe him for the wife I have and the life I have, and the kids and the success I have. I feel like there's something I can do. He's given me a talent. I'm not athletic talent. I don't have that. I don't sing. You obviously know that if you've been listening to me. But what can I do? And one more time. And yes, I do. I have a blueprint for your life. There are plans to be fulfilled and dreams to be realized, but those aren't as important as our relationship. I want our union to be sweet and full. I want you to be consumed with me, that everything else is secondary. Spouses aren't required to feel loved, and careers and ministries aren't needed for you to find fulfillment. Every blessing is icing on the cake extra. I want you to find total and complete contentment in our love. Then everything else I have for you will flow freely and easily, and it won't become an idol or a source of stress. I'm sorry, guys, but AMC became an idol and a massive source of stress. Big time. Especially for me, and I know many others. Eat, sleep, and make videos, and fight, and talk, and all about some stock that's supposed to make a lot of money. And then the corruption, all that just drove me angry. Like, how could that be allowed to happen? How can this corruption just happen to us? How can they put us through this kind of stuff? You should know the evil is huge out there. It's inevitable, right? Nothing matters more than this. Plans to be fulfilled and dreams to be realized. Your purpose of your life is to be with me, to know me, and to love me, and receive my love in ways you still don't know are possible. Well, I don't know what that meant to you, but I kind of know what it meant to me. And again, 3rd day in a row, I ain't liking it. I want to go find my purpose. And my purpose is to get closer to him. So hopefully through this journey, through here, with some of you and others out there, we can find that. I like making these videos because I'm not good with hanging out with people. I have a very, very hard trust issues with people because of what has happened. So I tend to stay away from it. I was doing a Bible study at a new church for quite a while. I started to get to know those guys, and then went out for surgery. Saw them again for the first time a couple weeks back when we went to that dinner thing, and then, or that singing weekend thing. But we went to church back there again because we have 2 different churches now because of the in-laws. And anyway, to see those guys, and they were thinking about me and talking about me, and it was surprising. Like, are you really thinking about me? Are you really talking about me? Had an old Christian buddy actually text me last night I ever heard from, and since we moved, probably in more than a year or 2, but of course I probably haven't reached out to him either, right? I disconnect, I dissocialize because of all the pain and the hurt, and I tend to go out on my own and try to do things on my own all the time, and fight this world and survive, and I'll do it even without God, and that's not a smart thing to do, but I still do it, still make that mistake. But I like making these videos because I get to talk and share as if I'm with people, but I'm not, right? It's easier for me. I'm not around them. They can say something in the comments. I can fight back in the comments and argue back, I guess, or thank them for the good things you say. But I don't have to be around people. I don't have to worry about trusting them. So it seems to be easier for me to open up this way. And that's kind of why I keep coming back to it. It helps me too. It helps me to be able to share. And then even the feedback in the comments, and I read that stuff, you know, it's good. I mean, I joined a small group, and I was part of a men's group once for quite a while. It was actually good to be a part of that, to share, because we carry too much crap. We carry too much weight in our souls, our minds, with this world, the stressors, everything else. And then, you know, it builds up, and we don't have a resource to let it out or just talk about how we're really feeling. And maybe me doing this publicly in a video form isn't the greatest thing. I don't know. Maybe it's not smart, but it works for now. It works for me. It helps me. And that's why I wanted to do this, because it helps me, and I thought maybe it might just help one of you. So, anyway, it's the weekend. I'm going to go work. Got a lot to do. A lot to do. Oh, got to get those bales of hay, clean out the chicken coop, clean up wire, and mess around the yard. See the old trailer had all those limbs in it. I finally took the limbs out from when that tree fell down from the storm. Oh, look, it's Charlotte. And say good morning to Charlotte, if you remember who Charlotte was. Say good morning, Charlotte. Yeah, good morning. And then, of course, our other cat. She's out here with her. And there's old Reba. Reba, our big cow, but she ain't getting too big. It's crazy. I want to say she's a longhorn, but she still seems small. Of course, maybe she's not 2 years old yet. Anyway, you guys have a good Saturday. Thank you for tuning in. 3 days in a row, Lord trying to speak through me already, and I'm not liking what I'm hearing, honestly, but it's all the truth, and I know it, and that's why it's eating at me and egging at me, because I need to listen. I need to take it. You guys like it? It's coming back grayer. But pretty soon it'll be back, and I won't look like that 29-year-old kid. Have a good weekend, guys. See you on the Daily Devotional in the morning. Oh, wait, there's more. This is how out of it I am. I just put this on, fought with it to get that little clip on so I can get my trailer. That clip didn't want to go on. Kind of hurt my fingers this morning. I did that, didn't even pay attention, went inside, grabbed some stuff, come back out, and this first thing I see. That's how messed up I am. Put the hitch on upside down. Go figure. And there's always one last thing to a one last thing, but I can't get it in my head now. People say that there's no Lord, there's no God, there's no God. Thing is I started that book in September. That book's 365 days. It starts back in January. I started the day I decided, or when it came in the mail, and it's already has a purpose and a meaning in a row that is literally speaking to and making sense to me right now in my life. I don't like it, and I'm trying to not accept it. I think this is turbulence. This is why I'm getting more and more I gotta call it frustrated. If there ain't no Lord, then that book is just coincidence. No, you're gonna see as we go along this journey, it's gonna continue to speak to me and direct me on things that are happening right now in my life. It's gonna, and that's why I'm not even reading the book except for live. It's my first time. You'll see each time on the video, because it's gonna show how I react to it for the first time ever. But I'm just telling you, there's a God. Because what's happening already in that book is like eating at my soul now. And each day it's just making it. And I'm also halfway excited. I've been waking up with no alarm clock at 5:21 in the morning because I want to go read it. But I don't want to hear it. Makes sense? All right, I swear this is the last one.